When did you realize your partner wasn't the one after all? I dated my ex, Matt, for 2 years before I realized he wasn't the guy I thought he was. It hit me during a random weekend, and I ended things a month later. Matt was charming when we met. Funny, always planning cute dates like picnics or trivia nights. He's a graphic designer, super creative, and I loved how he'd sketch little doodles for me early on. But he had this habit of shutting down when things got tough. Like, if I brought up something bothering me, he'd go quiet or change the subject. I'm used to talking things out, but I figured he just needed time to open up. We moved in together after a year, renting a small apartment near the city. It was cozy, wood floors, a tiny balcony where we'd drink coffee on weekends. But living together showed cracks. Matt was messy, leaving dishes piled up or clothes on the floor, and he'd get defensive if I asked him to help. "I'll do it later," he'd say, but later never came. I started feeling like his mom, not his girlfriend. The real wake-up call came during a rough patch last spring. My grandma passed away and I was a mess. She raised me, so it hit hard. I needed Matt to step up, even just to listen. But he was distant. When I'd cry, he'd say stuff like, "You'll be fine, just give it time." And then he'd play video games for hours. One night, I asked him to talk, and he said, "I don't know what you want me to do here." It stung. I wasn't asking for a therapist, just for him to care. The final straw was a weekend trip we took to a lake cabin with friends. I thought it'd be a nice break, maybe reconnect us. Our friends were great, cooking burgers and playing card games. But Matt was glued to his phone, sneaking off to find a signal for work emails. At one point, our friend Jess asked him to join us for a hike, and he snapped, "I'm busy, okay?" Jess looked at me like, yikes. I was embarrassed. That night, we were all by the fire, laughing about old stories. I tried to pull Matt into it, but he just sat there, scrolling. I asked quietly, "Can you put your phone down for a bit?" He rolled his eyes and said, "Why do you always need me to perform?" Perform? I just wanted him to be present. I went to bed early, and he stayed up playing some mobile game. Lying there, I realized I was lonelier with him than I'd ever been single. The drive home was quiet. I kept thinking about how I'd been making excuses for him. His silence, his mess, his checked-out vibe. I wanted someone who'd show up for me, not just physically, but emotionally. A week later, I ended it. I said, "I need more than this, Matt." He just nodded, like he wasn't even surprised. I moved out a month later.